McConaghy. I keep thinking it's McConaghy because I know a Donaghy and the G silent. All right, here we go. You know, let's start talking about the kids who aren't ever talked about.
Exactly. Welcome to Jersey Mat Chat. This episode is sponsored by Beato Baits, 5-inch stick baits designed by a wrestler, built to win. With a range of color options and a perfect sink rate, these things will get bites when nothing else will. And don't miss the mystery color, made from leftover plastic each week, melted down and molded into one-of-a-kind baits. No two are the same, but they all catch. Perfected for anglers who just want to catch more fish. So, if you're grinding on the mat, take that same energy to the water. Beato Baits, B-E-A-T-O. Tough to beat, easy to fish. Check for the link in the description of this episode, or you can find them on Etsy.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. To my right, we got my man Ryan Mcconaghy, a senior at West Deptford High School. Ryan, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. So let's rewind a couple months. Let's go back to the summertime before we start chatting about this final year of yours. So back in the summer, end of last season, let's talk about the training. Let's talk about preparations for your final year.
Yes, sir. I definitely focused on being at practice. I was always a guy who was there as much as I could, but I was not taking the practices as serious. I was thinking, I'm there, I'm gonna get better, and that's it. Not fully focusing on technique, on live, what I do during my warm up, what I do after. So this preseason, I've been kind of focusing on putting being dialed in practice, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So my warm-up is stretch, full, ready to go, get a sweat going. Then when I'm drilling, my technique is, sound, everything is good. And then when I'm going live, I'm focusing on what I learned, new things I'm comfortable with, and just kind of taking myself from the outside, you know what I mean? Looking at it as in like, you have to be present and focused every single practice. So that has been my biggest jump.
Were your first 3 years, in your opinion, did you underachieve, overachieve, or did you reach your expectations?
Well, I really got into it my sophomore year, and I, at the time, thought I met my expectations. But as time went on, I started to realize, I could have been more. I could have done more. And I think last year I underachieved. My states, I did not wrestle great. First match felt weak, felt, a little, I was feeling a little malnourished from the cut, and that was a big disappointment. I went 2-2, and that was not my goal, but, I've been taking the cut better. I've been doing it better, been taking it a little more serious, getting a lot of water in, eating right. So,
was last year's trip to Atlantic City your first trip?
Yes.
Do you think the nerves kind of created the anxiety that usually riddles kids and usually makes you feel more exhausted than what you actually are? Do you think it was more of a mental, like, oh my God, I'm here?
I think the first match, it could have been, yes. It was big. It was there's a lot of people there. It was a new feeling. I haven't experienced that type of feeling in my wrestling career. So seeing that, a lot of mixed things going through the head. I didn't feel prepared. My warm-up wasn't great. I just felt tired. And I kind of thought, this cut was kind of getting to me at this point. So,
since we're on the cutting, do you have a nutritionist?
I do not. No.
Okay.
I have learned from just trial and error, I guess. I've done, similar things to Cut Pro. I've done, I've heard from people. I've done this, I've done that, I think the best one is just drinking as much water as I possibly can, because that's the biggest thing. Eating 3 meals a day, whether they're big or small.
What kind of a cut were you on last year? Like, how much did you cut?
It was around 12, 13 pounds-ish.
It's not too bad.
It wasn't the worst. But the worst part, I would get back up. I would make weight, shoot right back up, and that over time just got...
Yeah, it'll kill you.
It got bad.
So you left Atlantic City 2-2. What did you take out of that experience?
I was disappointed in the way I wrestled as well. It wasn't all because of the cut, I wrestled slow, a little not to myself. And I got a little controlled some certain matches. And it was not getting to what I wanted. My hand fight wasn't there. I just learned that it's gonna have to, that's when I should be peaking, is at the end of the year. And I think I was slowly going a little bit down. But
So what are you going to do to fix it?
definitely,
Or what have you done to fix it? Let me put it that way.
I think my confidence has gained a lot. I think in the past couple tournaments and the past couple practices, I've been, real confident and going into a match. Not really nervous, understanding I'm technically better than this kid I'm going to wrestle, whether I am or not. It's a confidence thing. I think if I go in and I understand I can beat this kid, then I'll be able to get to what I want. You know what I mean? My hand fight, everything is gonna flow to me because I believe it will.
Okay. Are you a freestyle guy in the summer?
Not so much. I'm not the best at freestyle.
Okay.
I understand it, but it's a little hard. It's a little hard.
Yeah, if it's forced, some people love it, some people don't love it. I like to ask every guest that's on here, if I think of it, to ask them what their thoughts on freestyle was, and just curious about that. So I had a full summer of training. Where do you predominantly train at?
Seagulls is my club. I go Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and then I go to Lamb Train. That Michael Lamb and his dad run.
Fantastic. I've never been down to Seagulls. We'd like to get down there. Haven't been down there yet.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows Mike Lamb at this point. Fantastic coach.
Sure.
Hammer room. The who's who of South Jersey is typically there. It's a good room. You're going to get better going there. So anything that you can think of offhand that Seagulls or Mike Lamb has instilled in you to get you to where you were or are now?
Yes. I think being at Lamb's, being surrounded by high level competition has been a thing where, you go into a room and you're like, I see this kid has done big things and I want to get to that point. So being surrounded, you kind of want to be perfect. When you go live, you don't want this guy to take you down. He's higher than me, or maybe we're about the same. I don't want this guy to have an inch over me. You know what I mean? So it's a competition in there. It's a rivalry.
The alpha male mentality.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Everybody's boys in there, but it's a thing where I want to be better than this kid. I want to be better than that kid. So you just kind of being surrounded by high level competition, you're always gonna get better.
Of course. So you are a senior. I'm assuming you're one of the leaders and captains on your team.
Yes.
In your program, it's a small school. West Deptford's a small school. How many kids in your graduating class, like roughly?
150.
Okay, so it's a small school.
Yeah.
So in a small program, how much responsibility does a kid like you have as a senior on a traditionally good program, but a small school? How much responsibility do you feel you have?
I think not too much. It's nothing I can't handle, but as a captain, I was named captain this year. I think it's good for me. It's I get to help out, be a leader for these guys, because young guys coming into the program and some are not experienced, some don't know what's happening, and I get to, help these guys out. And that's the best thing, because when I was a freshman, I very much needed, somebody there. So I look back at my younger self and say, what did I need? What did I need help with? And I can, in the room and off the room, in school and everything.
So the first day of school of your senior year of this year, I'm sure you were aware of some freshmen who were going to wrestle.
Yeah.
So are you a mentor starting from the first day of school?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, that's good.
I, brought guys around. I make it a big point about school, grades. It's a big deal. So, I was able to do that for them. And, feels good.
That's good. How are your grades?
Good. Junior year was a little rough. I had some art classes, but senior year we're doing good, and we're gonna get them up as high as possible.
Okay.
That's the plan.
What do you see yourself doing one day when wrestling's over? What do you see yourself doing?
Coaching.
Okay.
I've always loved demonstrating moves in the room, so I feel like I can, I could be a good coach eventually.
So you got 1 year left. Anything moving on the college radar? You have anything brewing up or any interest?
I keep my options open.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple D1, D2, D3, so it's just, taking it slow, just worried about high school the rest of the season, and then that can come. But I have, been looking at it.
Okay. Where do you envision yourself wrestling, and I don't mean level, or I don't mean, do you see yourself close to home, far away? Do
Honestly,
you want to experience college? Do you want to just
yes,
get the hell out of New
yeah.
Jersey and experience college?
I think being in a new state, a fresh little start, and being on a new team would be the best for me. I think staying home, there would be no, that's not the experience I want. You know what I mean? I want to be out. I want to get outside of my body, see new guys, see new teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out there.
All right, so did you do any competing this summer?
Yes.
All season? Okay.
I had two big tours. I went to Columbus Day on forget when was that? A couple weeks ago.
Yes, not on Columbus Day. I know that.
Yeah.
Columbus Day used to be on Columbus
Yeah.
Day. Now it's like 3 weeks before,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it is.
Had a good tournament, went 8-0. I was on the singles team.
Okay.
And then just recently, I think it was last Saturday, I went to Iowa preseason nationals and performed very well there.
Good.
Took first. Felt good.
Good. What weight were you out there?
126.
Okay, good. How'd you feel at 126?
Very good.
Good.
Sharp, quick, nothing, didn't really run into any problems, any concerning things. So
Big cut for that?
not bad. It was only a 10.
Okay.
It was pretty smooth. It went good.
26 going to be your weight for your senior year?
I'm looking there, yeah, most likely. I feel, I've wrestled there all summer, felt sharp.
You felt good, right?
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, the thing is, no one, nowadays with technology, it's pretty easy to kind of, I don't know, some kids do this or some kids don't do it, but you kind of get a feel of what the landscape's going to be at each weight.
Yeah.
You kind of know way ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I'm an old man. In my day, we would have to wait until the write-ups about the team previews would come out 2 weeks before the season started.
Yeah.
We had no idea who was going where.
Yeah.
But with technology, it's you guys know.
Yeah, they come out too. They have, all these rankings.
Yeah, yeah. That was good. Okay. So 126. So let's talk about goals. Goals your senior year.
Last year I achieved to be a district champ. So obviously we're gonna get back into that. Looking at to be a region champ as well. I think shooting as high as possible is the best for me because once I set a goal, I'm able to reach it, and it's a better feeling, and then it's more of a confidence boost, and then you go into states feeling good. So,
did you win a district title last year?
yes,
You did. Okay. So you're going for your second.
yeah,
Okay. How'd you do in regions?
I took third.
Okay.
I didn't wrestle horrible, but definitely went to fix some things up, feel better.
And then you went to states, and you went 2-2. So tell me more about your experience at the state tournament, because a lot of junior high kids, freshmen, watch this, and I'm sure that they're wondering what it's going to be like. Some kids know they're going to get there as a freshman.
Yeah.
Some kids don't know they're going to get there. Some kids don't know if they're ever going to get there. But when you get there, you pulled up. Were you just happy to be there, or did you expect to win several matches there?
Personally, I expected, I've had a great season. I thought this is my year. This is what I needed. This is what I want. These are my goals. Pulled a little bit short of that, but it's just a good environment. It's a good feeling when, you've made it to something you've looked at from so far ago. You know what I mean? You're looking, I want to be here. And then you get there. It's a good feeling. But it's mainly business when you get there. It is not, let's have a good time here. It's everybody's locked in. It's it's work. Like when you get there, you're dialed. You have to be full 100% because, you don't do all this just to get there and, have a bad outcome. So when you get there, so you're 100% locked in. And
how many West Deptford kids made it to Atlantic City?
just me and Caleb this year, Caleb Jackson.
Okay.
He graduated.
Okay. So you're the lone dog coming back.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, that's a big responsibility in a lot of ways.
Hopefully, me, John Anthony on my team, and Brandon Kershaw will be there.
Okay.
We're working hard. So
no, I hear you. So tell me a little bit more about your West Deptford program, your coaches' philosophies, how they approach your schedule.
Yeah. I would say as I gotten better, schedule it's not the greatest. It is not a CBA double R level, but it's a you get matches, you get you get to see what you need to work on in the room. We have good tournaments, brick. So yeah, the schedule's it's not the best, but you still get matches.
Yeah. And you guys are group 2, right?
Group 2, yes.
Group 2. How are you looking in the group 2 field?
Good. We've pulled short. past couple years, we always make it to the Group 2 finals, and then we've lost for the past couple years. So
Okay.
hopefully we can get that one this year.
So who do you guys anticipate in the Colonial Conference? Who do you guys anticipate having to beat to come out top dogs in the Colonial Conference?
Paulsboro, most
Paulsboro.
likely.
Okay.
Yeah. We've had some close battles with them. We beat them 2 years ago. They beat us last year, so it's
Yeah.
so
Well, they're definitely Paulsboro's definitely down.
yeah.
You know, I mean, they've taken some hits with numbers.
Yeah.
I know their enrollment's down. They got some good kids, but you know, if there's ever a year to beat them, you know, this might be the year, right?
Yeah.
You know, get it done before you graduate.
Definitely.
So what else? I mean, any kind of weight training?
Yeah, we do a lot of lifting, and our running is not so much of long distance. It is we do hill sprints, weight training. We are in the weight room Monday, Wednesday, Thursday,
As a team?
Friday. As a team,
That's
yes.
good.
We get in there as a team. It's a good environment. I think, you know, a lot of guys should, you know, focus on the strength wise, but the conditioning is very important as well. We do a lot of running. You know, coach likes to say we are not just a wrestling team; we're a cross country team. So we get running and try to get the conditioning close. You know, the closer we get.
I get it. So so you don't go out of state. You don't do the Beast. You don't do Rock
Not
or anything
really.
like that. Okay. You're kind of, and you said you do the Brick Memorial Tournament.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one. So what have you seen in the sport, you know, since you've come up? When did you start wrestling? How old were you?
When I was 6 years old.
All right, 6 years old. From what you can remember from the day you started until now, what's been the biggest change in the sport?
And the sport in all.
Yeah, overall.
I'm not sure. I mean, I would say for me,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I would say the
For example, takedowns are now 3. You grew up, they were 2.
yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
The 3-point takedown has been, you know, a good thing for me because I love to centralize my work on my feet. I think if you're able to take somebody down, that is, you know, I never want to be on bottom, obviously. And if I'm good on top, you know, I need to take a guy down to get on top. So I think being good on your feet is the key to success. I think that's the best thing. 3-point takedown has helped me out a lot. I think it's a good rule. I'm not sure exactly why they changed it, but I know it.
Well, just to create more
helps me
action,
improve, so.
more scoring.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So at what age did you find yourself really starting to understand wrestling? The sport itself.
I would say around 13, actually.
13.
So I used to play 3 sports all year round. I was a baseball, wrestling, football guy.
Okay.
I was very undersized though playing football my freshman year, and so I had to put that in the past. It was hard letting go baseball. I was pretty good at baseball, and I had a rough year my freshman year. I took a couple losses, and it was a weird feeling. It was, you know, not. I think I understood after that. I was like, the high school wrestling. It's a big difference between middle school. The crowds, the feeling you get before you run out there. It's you know, it made me want to get a lot better. And then I started to get into Seagulls, and then, you know, Land asked me a couple times to go, and then I started, you know, working hard. And then my sophomore year, I felt very good. I improved a lot, and that was just a confidence boost. And then that led me to my junior year to, you know, really take a big leap in my game.
So let's fast forward, I don't know, let's call it, for sake of argument, 15 years. You have a son, okay? You introduced him to wrestling. What are you going to do differently with him that you did in the sport?
I would solely focus on technique. I think the big thing is a lot of people think you need to be strong. You need to be this bodybuilder. You need to be this very fast guy. I think technique always beats anything. So if I can get, you know, if he wants to be a great wrestler and he wants to be very good, it's a technique. You need to be technically sound before you become anything, because that's the foundation. So I think I would teach him proper technique and get him familiar with everything. You know, I think a person with a lot of tricks in their bag is better than somebody who is just good at one thing.
Would you start him at 6 years old?
I think I would get him started early. There's always a fear of burning somebody out. The kid just gets tired of the sport. So I think playing multiple sports when you're younger is good. You become more athletic. You get used to different sports, different athleticism. But eventually, once you get to high school, I think picking one sport is important. I think if you're gonna be good at one thing, or you'd rather be good at one thing than be decent at two things. So,
I hear you.
and I think I would, really get them locked in. When he starts high school, that's when I think you have to choose one sport.
How supportive are your parents when it comes
Very
to your
good.
wrestling?
My dad has, always been on me. My key success. Obviously, there's times where I've tried to sleep through practice, and he'll come up.
Sleep through, you said?
Yeah, I'll try to take a nap, go. I'm tired, this, that, and he's always been there to, not force me, but make me go. You know what I mean? And there's times where I didn't want to go. He drive me up. I wrestle bad, and it's just a waste of time. You know what I mean? I've wrestled horrible, and he's always there. It's never been, what are you doing? You suck this. It's always been, how can we learn from the mistakes? So he's been a good part of my success.
Did he wrestle?
He did not wrestle.
Interesting.
My mother, she's awesome. She did everything for me. So, mother's always helping. So, thank you.
Is his mother's cooking the reason why you balloon up 10 pounds?
For sure,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Well, we got to talk to mom about it.
Yeah.
Ryan, listen, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Attention, wrestling fans, parents, and future state champs. This is your podcast. We're shining a light on the toughest high school New Jersey wrestlers and coaches who are building warriors one takedown at a time. Follow us, like, and subscribe on your favorite platform. Doesn't cost you anything, but it goes a long way to support the show. Don't just watch the journey, be part of it.